Yo, what's up everybody? How's everybody doing? It's your boy Jesdi Ronoa coming at you with a video. This video is just generally based on the ban list. I just want to talk about it a little bit and find out everybody's opinion on it. I will be making another video talking about the blockchain information that we got after the championship stream, and well, everything else as well. But one of the main things I wanted to speak about is the ban list, right? Okay, guys, we didn't expect whatever we expected. Okay, few things I expected. Oh well, hoped. I hoped for a Gecko hit. Yes, it happened. Well, that's the first card I'm going to talk about, but the others didn't expect, but grateful. Okay. So basically, guys, if you don't know, One Piece has a ban restricted card list that comes out generally at the end of the previous format, and we got four cards, and we're going to talk about them. So the first card I want to talk about is Gecko Moria. So guys, they say that this card has been a very high usage rate in the decks that include black cards since its release, and we have been keeping a close eye on both its usage rate and the impact on the game with no restrictions on the leader. It can be used with no other characters that it can bring out to play. This card allows the player to gain a huge advantage too easily. Playing this once is enough to create a large disparity between the number of character cards on the field and their opponent, making it powerful enough to single-handedly win the game. I agree. And they have determined that developing an 8-cost card that can be a match or exceed this card's performance will be difficult in the future, so it's best to ban him. So what I think is that they made cards without thinking that, okay, this is really going to pick up and really change the meta, or maybe pushing it a bit too far, and Gecko Moria was one of those cards. If you don't know, on play you choose one character card with a cost of 4 or less, and then one character card with a cost of 2 or less from your trash. You play one and then you just set the other one as rested, which is crazy if you have to think about it, because you can bring any character come up. We see this a lot in BY Luffy, where the blockers are there for free, right? And that one extra hit or that one extra block that they have now can literally win them the game. So it's understandable. Every black deck, even if you didn't need to play it, you could play it. I've personally seen a smoker deck with it. It didn't do as much, but it could still do exactly what it's designed to do. BY Luffy was absolutely crazy with this card. So in the long run, in the long term, and looking like where the meta is going right now, if we look at the best black decks or multicolored decks with black in it, we are looking at Blackbeard, right? Blackbeard right now is, well, it should be tier 1, because it basically has everything it needs. It runs on its own. It doesn't need to play the Gecko Moria. And we've seen the amount of play that it's getting in the East and the West, and we've seen exactly what it can do. And yeah, there's no reason for Moria. And then if you look at a second deck, we have to think OP10's coming out, or OP10 is out, sorry. And the leader Usopp, right? Usopp, which is just Rosa, the really powerful deck, can do a lot of things. And Gecko Moria is not a part of it. Nobody really played it. Nobody thought about adding it there, because it kind of didn't make sense for what Usopp does. So I think phasing out Gecko Moria until he comes back in a later date is fair enough. It's a shame that it does shut down BY Luffy, but it's just one of the things that I think Bandai had to do to make sure that the longevity of the game is a bit more fair and equally. Okay, guys, let's go to the next one. Oh, I'm so happy about this one. It's OP07 Jinbei. Right. When combined with the leader, Doflamingo, or Structure Deck 17, Martial DT, this card allows the player for multiple characters in every game, creating an advantage beyond what was originally intended. But in the early game, even low cost and low power cards can be difficult to deal with, as it leads to a one-sided battle. Furthermore, as a 4 cost that puts characters into play, we have determined that it will be difficult to develop a card with equal or superior performance in the future, so they decided to ban it. This card absolutely broken. You know, and this is one of the biggest hits because this card single-handedly gave Doffy the ability to spam and spamming with almost anything in the deck. Pair this up with your Blackbeard, just giving away Dawn. Like, so we're gonna tap for Jinbei. Blackbeard's gonna be on the field, giving 2 Dawn to rest the Dawn to either character or leader. It's crazy. So hitting Jinbei was a must, especially since so Jinbei can be used in both the Doffy deck and the Buggy deck, and the ability to drop Jinbei and get another card for absolutely free, having the card be anything from a lot to bounce, it's insane. It's insane. And good riddance. My friend plays Doffy, and he's been winning 5 weeks in a row. So, oh well, even if not in a row, he's really like the most. He's won the most tournaments. So, really, Doffy was incredible with Jinbei. Not to say that it's not unplayable. It's definitely still a playable deck. It's gonna be maybe 40% slower than what it was, but it's gonna be a significant drop to where you will have to reconsider strategies and how to play with Doflamingo. I haven't seen locally. I haven't played against much buggy decks, but I know that they could have used Jinbei as well. So yeah, I think Jinbei is a no-no, and I'm glad that he's gone. Thank you, Bandai. I appreciate you. The third card I want to speak about is Ice Age. So Ice Age. Oh, I have a friend that has been demolishing me with Ice Age. So personally, I am very happy, but also in the sense of the game and going forward, I think that this is a great call because 1 Dawn to reduce 5 from your opponent's character, 5 cost from your opponent's character is insane, given the fact that with Smoker they can pop for free. Like just your big hitters are just disappearing in front of your eye for 1 cost. Which, no. There's no other card, I think, in the game that has this kind of power. And I think in order to put everything on an equal standing, this had to go. And plus, Usopp's not going to play this, neither is Blackbeard. There isn't any reason to play this. So since we're going into a different meta in general, so we really don't need Ice Age. And I do feel bad for Smoker players, especially because this kind of shuts things down. It makes things a lot harder. But hey, Bandai wanted to do what Bandai wanted to do, you know? We will only see the effect and exactly how this will play off once April 1st comes into effect, but a lot of decks are... Well, not a lot of decks, just mainly Smoker is not looking in a good position. And guys, okay, we come into the last one. The last one I have mixed feelings about because honestly, guys, what were y'all doing?
You judged me before you knew me, so
I had a reason. I had a reason.
What was the reason?
I had a reason.
What was the reason? What was the reason?
I just explained the reason.
What was the reason, bitch?
I don't need to explain myself to you. And
what was the reason?
Guys, what? In all seriousness, what was the reason, right? We look at yellow. We look at yellow as a color. We think, right, Nico Robin. We definitely think Anel. We think the kid, the yellow kid. I personally have been building a Charlotte category deck. And yo, this was all we had, bro. Like, this is all that yellow had. I understand that you can remove any character. And that's pretty insane. Right, it doesn't matter. Your 10 cost is gone. Your 9, 8, it doesn't matter. It's all just gone. But it's not like it's gone for free, right? The deck that mainly utilized this and like got the full effect out of this card was enough. Because on main, you KO up to one of your opponent's characters and then you trash cards from the top of your life until you have 1 life card. NL is the only one that can have 0 life and then replace itself. Every other yellow deck doesn't. So even when it comes to using this in any other yellow deck as a staple, you will literally either have to be low on life, have no life, or really about to win the game and just don't care. But other than that, getting rid of your life and not having a way to replenish it is detrimental. So I don't understand it. I really don't. The explanation that we got is that although this card is one of many event cards with the ability to remove opponent character cards and its effect, when used in the combination with the leader and Nal, that's the only one you could use this thing with though. That's the only one you can use this with, right? The synergy between the card's removal effect and the leader's defensive ability proved to be more powerful than anticipated. There is also a concern of having to develop cards with this combination in mind that greatly limit the future development of high-cost characters, such as we decided to designate this card as a ban card. So, you're telling me that Enel, who won, one tournament, if I'm not mistaken, right? Who won 1 tournament, hasn't done anything since. You have a whole bunch of yellow stuff, a whole bunch of yellow cards, yellow leaders, and you're gonna tell me that Kingdom Come, which isn't even a 4-off in any other deck besides Anna, right? This card needed to get banned. That's what you're telling me. Nah, I call shenanigans. I call it bluff. This is just insane. There was no reason to, but we have it anyway. What does this mean? This means that Enel, yo, bro, you can play it. You really can try, but just binder. Put in the binder. Let it chill off. Let him rest a bit. You know, let him fly to the moon. Let him discover his own tantatas. Let him, Let him do his things, bro, until he comes back. Until Kingdom Come comes back. Because I don't see, in fact, I see a huge hit for yellow unless they have something coming that's not going to be as powerful, but it's going to make it better. Make the deck better by having more consistency and still being able to remove these cards in some sort of way. If not remove these cards, maybe just get them off the field and into the person's life. But until that happens, yo, this was totally unnecessary. I don't see the need. Okay, so I want to do an honorable mention, right, with something I think, but there's a lot of cards that I think that maybe should have been restricted or banned, but the one that the people were upset about the most, without a doubt, I'm just gonna say it. So the honorable mention I want to say that didn't get hit, we're talking about Gum Gum Giant. I know a lot of people that was upset about this. They were like, out of everything, you need to hit Gum Gum Giant. This card is unbearable. We can't do this. Screw this card. Right? I understand. Yo, I understand. When you're not playing purple. But do I personally think this card needs to be banned even though I play it? No, I don't think so. Right? I don't think so. The drawback is rough. Yes, you can save your character 100%. You could. It's a game-winning card under the right circumstances, but only under the right circumstances. If used incorrectly, it can cost you the game from the beginning. I feel that this is not a card where you basically just spending your Don, you're getting rid of something, and then that's it. You have a drawback as well. Yes, you do get to draw 2, and depending on the purple deck you're playing, that might be beneficial, but not all decks work the same. So sometimes, you know, you're balling, you're drawing 2, and you're getting like 2Ks, and it's awesome. You are running through, right? And then sometimes you are activating and you join 2 non-counters, which then by the next attack, it's game over. So this is a big 50-50 depending on how you build a deck and what you do. And I don't think it needs to get banned, at least not right now. We're going into EBU2. We are going into OP10, OP11. A lot of new cards, a lot of new decks, including purple. Purple is getting a bunch of new stuff, you know? UP Luffy is doing things. Green purple Luffy apparently does things. I don't know how much further purple Luffy is going to be going, but there is going to be more instances of where this card is going to come up, and if it does actually make that big of a difference, then 100% ban, right? If it's one of those cards that are extremely broken, yeah, then understandable. But until then, I don't see this card as a bannable card. This is my hot take. Let me know down in the comments what you think about Gum Gum Giant, whether you think it should be banned, whether you think that it's a fair card to have around. In all honesty, I don't feel like purple has enough events to help out, so this is probably the most powerful, and if you take this away, you just left with some subpar events. Anyway guys, that's gonna be it for me and this video. Thank you so much for coming through. I really appreciate y'all, and yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one, guys. Peace.